our week 7 or second week of module 2. The overall picture is that we learn about determining the design direction of the idea, okay, concept, as we call แนวคิด in Thai, using thinking tools. There are many different thinking tools for you guys to practice using them, as well as idea selecting tools as well, like tools to help us make decision and record how we make decision. The activity steps. First, I will review the lesson on the conceptual design direction for ideas. After that, I will discuss with you about the thinking tools, which help us to increase the ability to think with a creative mind. And it helps you with creating unique features for your work, as well as take a note of your idea. Otherwise, sometimes when we think and then we didn't take notes, sometimes it's like we forgot it. Utilize creative thinking tools in the process of conceptual design and identity creation. So this assignment, you will need to submit on LEB2 before like around 11 p.m. tonight. Explain the process of final assignment for module 2. So before the end of this class today, I will explain to you guys regarding the theme for the final assignment as well. And regarding the consultation, I will do similarly with module 1, where I will send you guys the Excel sheet so that you can schedule the time and then you allow yourself to do the draft of it. And then you could send me on my email or my Line account. And then I could provide feedback to you when I'm all available. And or if you come to the consultation day that you schedule with me, you could show me the draft. It's okay too. But I do prefer like in advance would be helpful for me too. Okay. Concept. Let's take a look together about it. So you can see this Saturn. There are different concepts that we create, right? And then overall, we call the unique of it. Design concepts from various elements, then put together as one conceptualization, make it stand out. So it's like become the product or service that stand out. Of course, we need to like, what do you call? Reiterate. Like sometimes some product is working and be able to sell, but some product isn't. For example, like light bulb. I read a book when I went to the, what do you call, like a bookshop, Barnes and Noble, when I was in the US. There was a book about innovation and they mentioned about light bulb. And like they said, like in the book mentioned that approximately 500 years ago, humans still use whale wax from its brain to make a candle. And I'm like, whoa. And later on, Thomas Edison and his team developed the light bulb. At first, it can stand for only a few minutes or less than that, but they'll be able to get funding to do research and develop a better light bulb that can last longer. Okay, for example, using like tungsten metal, but probably his team, not least tungsten, I'm not sure. It could be like carbon, yeah, the filament. So that's the reason why I mentioned the word reiteration. So sometimes the innovation or the product need to revisit and do research on it to in order to improve the efficiency of it. In design, a concept refers to the idea or thought that guides the direction of design for a particular project. This one remind me of what do you call muse? What do you call brand ambassador? You may heard this word when you study about fashion as well. So, for example, Balenciaga. Anyone know who is the brand ambassador from Thailand? PP Grid, right? I think he's still active as a brand ambassador. And Bilkin could be Louis Vuitton, if I remember correctly. Like Kun Тэй Jalinporn is the brand ambassador for Prada. Mm. So the brand select their brand ambassador based on their characters and could be other factors. There are several ways to develop a concept. For example, thinking based on the design objective. What is your objective of your design? For example, functionality or aesthetic. Functionality is like how we use it, right? Or like how it work. More like how we use it for, like objective of that product or service. Aesthetic is like beauty. Okay. Drawing from belief. I heard a student just joined. If you haven't checked attendance, you can type your name and like 4 digits of your student ID. Yeah. Philosophy, or symbolism. Okay. And for example, like habitat, last week we talked about the habitat that developed based on Brahmic Sasana Pram belief, religion. Okay. Considering the distinct personality of the brand. Okay. As I mentioned about like brand ambassador, okay, for example. Okay. Design goal. When we design the concept, right, we consider both function and the beauty of it. For example, regarding the function, right, you see this furniture here, the chair, right? So if we need to lay our leg on it, then we could move this part out. So it helps us to be more comfortable. Okay. But if we don't need it, then we could put it back and then we have more space to walk, for example. So it's an important type of it's like example of design. This one is about font in the book must be easy to read and the wording is easy to understand. I remember my advisor, Professor Christopher Winey. Right now he retired, but I remember when he taught a class on the creative process. He told me that he select the font that help the reader who have difficulty in reading to be able to read easier. And I'm like, whoa, you are such a caring person. Yeah, I never thought of like, oh, I need a font that easy to read on the on the slide like this. Okay. He bought it. And I'm like, okay. Beauty. Human can notice the beauty aesthetic of the product. It's referred to the way of a product looks and feel. Like this chair, you can see it looks smooth, right? Because it's like round shape. Each person may have different perception or perspective about beauty and satisfaction. Appropriate composition can build beautifulness. This one remind me of the photography workshop that I attend last month. They mentioned about composition of photo as well, like photo composition. So they taught us about photo composition and then they taught us about colors composition, the different color. Okay, in case any one of you enjoy like photography, you could search minimal Facebook page. In Thai is Julapap. I can send I type in the chat box for you guys in case you guys interested. Give me one moment. It's a Facebook group, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Okay. And you can see like the minimal styles that people post. One day you may contribute as well. Example of product that we develop that people develop based on objective and concept. The objective is coffee shop. The concept are sipping coffee in the forest, or like with a focus on environmental conservation and supporting local community and empowering local farmers, but like their products. Mhm. So it's remind me of Cafe Amazon. Okay, the lead teaching instructor suggests that this place is in Ayutthaya. I haven't been to this cafe. I mean, I have been to this cafe, but not at Ayutthaya. Okay, so she mentioned that the inside and the outside of cafe surrounded by big and small tree, like we sitting in the middle of the forest. The raw material, the staff they try to select from villagers in Panakhon Sri Ayutthaya and other province to make special drink menu. And there is a space in the store where they sell product from the local community. Mm. And then regarding the environmental conservation, they apply circular living by recycling leftover stuff. For example, their table and shelf made from coffee pulp. I saw at Starbucks as well, they wrote on the table, it's like recycled table. Mm. And staff shirt and apron are made from recycled PET water bottle and glass fiber. Remind me of the library at UC Merced. They mentioned about the carpet that they use from Dow Chemical. They use like recycled PET water bottle material. And they use here they use bio cups and straw from biodegradable PLA plastic. This one remind me of the research that was conducted by professor at chemical engineering department at Chulalongkorn University. If I remember correctly, her name is Anong Nat. Yeah, she studied like PLA processing. Mm. Object back. Okay. And concept heavy duty, water resistant bicycle, recycle. Some of you may know this brand, but yeah, if not, then let's see together. Okay. I'm not sure the pronunciation of this one. Freitag. I could be wrong, but yeah, that's the name. Um, when I went to Siam, I saw some people use it as well. Like, yeah, when they walk by. And the theme was not the theme, the concept was that they used the canvas, canvas, the truck canvas. Yeah, and then they clean it and then they cut it into pattern, like this one pattern, and then they're sewing it. And I like this picture a lot. Like you can see that the inner tire of the bicycle was used on the edge of the back here, and then the seat belt was used as a back holder, and then the canvas from the truck. Whoa, yeah. So they try to reuse the material. Ah, another concept that I want you guys to watch together, but I need to stop sharing because I need to share sound as well. Give me one moment here. And let me pause. Okay. Regarding cognitive tools or thinking tools, you can see the first one here is like mind map. This one, most of you probably familiar with it already, but Scamper could be new to some of you. If you watch video, you learn about it already. Very good. Okay. What if? Okay. And random words. So four of them here in this class, we call it create choice or create idea tools. The fifth one is idea selection tools or like make choice tools. Is a tools to help us to make decision about our idea. Okay. So I want to make it clear here. Okay. So let's take a look at Scamper together. Let's see. So the first one is S, stand for substitute. When we design product by substitute something with another thing, but that product can still function or can still work. Okay, keep this in mind. Whenever you design, just think about the logic of design as well. If I change this one to that one, it is still gonna work. If it not, then it might not be the best idea to select. Okay, combine. Okay, when you need to combine something, for example, washing machine, right? When we wash clothes, some washing machine can dry clothes as well. Okay, that's an example of combine. Adapt. For example, let me give this example here. My colleague, when I was a master degree student at University of Michigan, he told me that he leads articles in different field of study. For example, he studied asphaltene, which is a participated material, not participated, I'm sorry, precipitated material in crude oil. ตะกอนนะตกเป็นตะกอนนะ he also read article about forming การเกิดโฟมเนอะand when he study about asphaltene with different tools and material analysis, he have learned that the process of forming foam quite similar to the process of asphaltene precipitation. So with that, he could apply the explanation of foam forming with asphaltene precipitation. So this is example of adaptation. We learn something from one field, but we could related them and then we could explain about it. Some of you are chemical engineering students, you might more familiar with the term that I have used here. So yeah, and it was chemical engineering department that I was a visiting scholar student. Okay. Right now, Professor Scott Fogler, he passed away already, but his student, the one who I work, Professor, right now he's a professor at Utah. His name is Michael Hoffner. Yeah, the one who taught me about this. Okay. Modify. M stand for Oh no, I'm sorry. M stand for either magnify or minify. There are two meanings. Magnify is like to extend or to expand the product or the service. For example, you may have more target group when you launch the product, for example. Minify, it could be about miniaturization, like where you think about when you think about hard disk drive. In the past, it could be as big as a garage, but nowadays it can become smaller due to the process of making it. For example, the technology of nanotechnology, photolithography, for example, which help us to be able to pattern material into smaller size. For example, microelectronic, right? So that's minify. P stand for put to other use. When we may create product with one objective, but then later on you could use this product for another objective as well. For example, like space application, right? When they develop like walkie-talkie, later on we can use walkie-talkie in another field, or like pager. Eliminate E, okay. Maybe some part of the product is not necessary, but again, for this one, before you eliminate anything, you need to make sure it is still gonna work. Keep this in mind, okay? When you decide, you need to like, if I eliminate this, will it work like that, okay? Rearrange. Okay. This one is like, let me give example of language. Okay. When we grew up, when I grew up, my mom talked with me in Thai, right? And we begin with listening. And later on, we can speak, right? It's applied to any language, I would say. When you learn new language, right? We listen, could be from movie, could be from song, could be from radio, and we begin to remember some phrase, some word, right? And then we be able to communicate, right? Like I speak English to you right now. Mhm. Thanks to my mom. Like at first, I don't like English that much, but she don't know. But when I was elementary school student, I went to temple with the school, and then I remember a foreigner asked me, talking with me something, but I don't understand at all. And then I don't know what to reply. I ran away. And at that time, my friend, her name is Nok, she is very kind to me. She told me, Yen, you can ask me. You don't have to run away. And I'm like, mm. And later on, my mom didn't know this story, but she know the importance of English. So she decided to move. She changed my school to bilingual school. At that time was Salasat Ekra. So at that school, I was be able to learn science in Thai and in English, math in Thai and in English, learn Thai language and learn PE in Thai and in English, for example. So that really helped me to overcome the, what do you call, activation energy for chemical engineering students. Yeah, like mountain. Okay. So that's example of rearrange or like re-engineer of how we use language, how one could learn about language. Like we look back how we learn and then we try that again, for example. Okay. So I hope this example could help you when you come up with ideas and record your ideas. Okay. These are in Thai, but let me skim some of the example and explain to you. I will not explain all of them, it's too much. Okay. But regarding substitute, you could ask yourself, can we use the process or the procedure for another process? Like, for example, can we apply this process to another application? Combine. And this one I give example like the washing machine, right? Adapt. Similar to like when we read article in one field and then we apply our knowledge to explain in another field. Modify, magnify, or minify. Oh, modify is okay too. Remind me of a electric vehicle. When people modify the gasoline car and become like and modify it to be electric vehicle. Okay, that's modify. Put to other use. Um, can we have different target group, for example? Or like some service developed for this group of people, but can it be used in another group of people? Yeah, that's possible as well. Eliminate, including like simplify it as well. Like, can we make it simpler? For example, in the past, our washing machine, right? We may need someone to move. I saw it from Beauty and the Beast movie. Like someone or animal need to move um the washing machine, so let it rotate, like so. But nowadays we just press one button. That's like simplified. Using electricity and the electronic device. Reverse. Okay, this one I give example of re-engineering regarding learning about how we learn language. Okay, huh. Mm, mm. So this is a template of Scamper. Um, you don't need to use my template, but you can also use it if you want. Okay, so when you do activity today, you can either save the template from my Canva slide, or you could create a new one. I don't mind. Okay, and I have heard student ask me whether, teacher, do I need to fill all of them? I'm like, no, no, no. You don't have to come up with all of them, but you could select the one that, okay, you think, and then you would like to express your idea regarding that topic. Okay, and you see the number 1, 2, 3 here. You don't need all three. Okay, it's just like template, you know. It could be more than one, I don't mind. Okay, but you don't need all three. I am not strict with that. Okay, example of using it, let's see. This one is about washing machine. You could, for the substitute, you could, instead of using electricity, can be substitute with human power. So you could like bike and make the washing machine rotate like that. Okay, that's substitute. Combine. We could combine washing machine with the drying machine in the same machine, right? Modify or make it smaller. Oh, can it be smaller than 1 liter? No, this one is not a good example. Because if it's smaller than 1 liter, then we cannot wash our clothes. Our clothes is bigger than 1 liter. Put to other use. Instead of using detergent, can it be like connect with the detergent source? Maybe have like pump to pump the detergent by itself, and then we just press button, for example. Like we don't need to fill it every time. So that's put to other use. Eliminate. Can we remove the water storage, or can we remove the water input? Can we, but we need to think about it as well. If I remove water input, what will I use instead? Okay. If we remove button that we don't need, like we just have couple button that we need. But this one remind me of not a very good memory. It remind me of the submarine. I don't remember the name, but there was a big accident that they have the submarine down the explosion. So I remember the controller is like joystick PlayStation. Yeah, that is like when I read about remove the button, it remind me of that one. So what I have learned about their story is that they have used that submarine before, but then the maintenance is not meet the standard. When they use it again, it cannot withstand the pressure of the ocean. And I'm really sad when I read about it and heard about it. So human need to be careful with like material maintenance, corrosion. Even today, I heard the news about Samsen Road, the land corrosion and the pipeline broken. Just this morning, 6:30. I talked with my mom, and like it would be better for us to like scan the land, and if possible, X-ray or something, that we know things that we need to prevent before it happens. Okay. You could read about it if you're interested about the news. You could search like Samsen Road, land corrosion or something, later on. Okay. Okay, that's eliminate. I finished it, right? Okay, I finished this slide. Next is what if tools. Okay, it's similar to Scamper, but not the same, but just similar. Okay. There are a set of questions for you when you use these tools. For example, opposite to the product that it have right now that we consider study, or the product that we would like to create or design. Scarcity or abundance. This one is like have two different meaning, different word. Scarcity is like, is there any function or is there any part of the product that is not necessary, but still it need to function, okay? It need to be able to work, okay? Abundance, can we have an abundance of it? For example, the washing machine, right? Like the detergent tank. Okay, if we have detergent tank and pump, we don't need to feed it every time. So that's example of abundance. Okay. Extreme simplicity. So this one is like washing machine again, like when we just press one button, we plug in the electricity, oh, it can work, right? Crazy or weird? This one is help us to think outside of the box. Okay. You can write anything that come up to your mind, but later on, you will need to like prioritize your idea as well. Okay. I will teach you about the consequence matrix later on. Mhm. Mm. Okay, this is the template of it, and you can use mine or you could use a new one. I don't mind. It doesn't have to be circle. I don't mind. Okay, just as long as you have like the topic is okay. Example of using it, washing machine. Okay. The opposite to the normal one that we have. This one is like, what if the washing machine could move to us? Okay, this one is like challenging because it's so heavy, the washing machine. But I would prefer if it have like a wheel underneath, because I could clean the area that the washing machine is sitting because it's difficult to move. It's so heavy. How about the washing machine is only 1 kilogram? That's difficult because it need like motor, right? Scarcity or abundance. How about the washing machine could be used without detergent? But this one need to think later on. And then how? How we gonna wash it? How about the washing machine doesn't need water? What can we use instead? Like that. How about washing machine doesn't need electricity? What shall we use instead? But in the scamper, we also have this idea as well, right? As you remember, um, using like a bicycle to generate electricity, or like, no, to generate the rotation of the washing machine. Extreme simplicity. How about the washing machine can wash and then dry? It have already nowadays. I know some brand of the washing machine can do that. Or some people use two different machines, sit together, put together. What happen if we use washing machine, just press one button? Nowadays it's similar, just like power button and then wash like that. Of course, we can like adjust the washing time depend on the clothes that we have. Clothes. Crazy or weird? How about how about we can make the machine like disappear or like difficult to see or something like that, like hide it. This idea is like, the impact might not be really high. The positive impact is, in my opinion, is not that high because it's okay. I can see it. I don't mind. It doesn't have to be like decoration. Okay. Last one. How about the washing machine have like robot arm? And then after it finish, it can remove the clothes and then hang it. So I don't need to hang the clothes. I like this one. I want one. Okay. So these are some example of how we use the what if tools for us to come up with ideas and then record our thought. Ah, I'm sorry. Before I move on, any question regarding Scamper and what if? Let me take a look at my screen in case you raise your hand and I didn't see it. Or you could turn on your microphone as well. Okay, I don't see any hands, so my assumption is that you are understand. Okay. So I will move on to the next tools. Okay, it's called random words. You can see here there are like random words. Okay, the words don't need to relate it to the product or service that you would like to design. Okay, it can be any word. It can be noun. It can be verb. It can be something. Okay, and I want to make it clear. In order to use it, first of all, you need to write down what is your product that you want to design or the service that you want to design. The constraint, what are the constraint or what specific thing you want to design with it. Okay. After that, you select a word. Okay. It can come from like dictionary. Okay. Or just random word that you thought of. Okay. Doesn't need to relate it to the product. Okay. After that, let me show you the template. For example, my product that I would like to design is the washing machine. And the constraint or the topic that I would like to design, the first one, the external design of my washing machine, how it look. The second one, the working flow or the process of it, of how it work. So two things. After that, I select a word that doesn't need to relate it to my product. I select the word rock. And then from the word rock, I put it in the middle here. Now I start to think about the characteristic of rock. For example, when I touch it, I feel, oh, it's cold. It could be the temperature there. So it's hard. When I press it, it not shrink. It's like hard. It rough. The surface of it is rough. The weight of it is heavy compared to like feather. Okay. Considering heavy. Okay, like high density. Rough is similar. Sliding. This one is like rock sliding. It can sliding. But this one, if it like big rock, it's scary. Yeah, I remember when I read about Yosemite National Park sometime during could be winter. Yeah, there are like rock sliding. Yeah, you need to sometimes they have road closure. You need to go to another direction in order to get there. Okay. So these are example of coming up with characteristic of the random word. Okay. After that, you will need to conclude your idea based on the constraint or the design topic. The first one about the external design of the washing machine. It will be rough. So this one is like the design outside of the washing machine will be rough. I use the word rough here. Here, rough. Look similar to a rock. Okay. And the color is black. Make it not look like a washing machine, but look like a big rock in the house. Okay. So this part, you need some imagination, okay? But the process is that you use the word form, like the characteristic that you come up to conclude or to imagine with the topic of your design. The second one, the system or how it, the working principle. The working principle of this washing machine will be like, can I use the word flow? It's like continuous. Yeah, this one. Instead of the word flow, it will be like continuous, moving or continuous process. For example, after washing, we can dry clothes in the machine. Okay, so that's continuous process. Okay. So that's example of how we use this random word canvas. And one thing to note about random word is that when you come up with ideas, it's limited by the topic that you put here. So if you want to use random word, you may need to develop different varieties of topic here. Okay, or you could use random word with another tools as well. Okay, that's possible as well. Mhm. Any question regarding random word before I move on? Want to make sure everyone on the same page with the process of using the tools first. Mm. Uh, I don't see any hand yet. Okay, so I assume you guys understand, okay? The next one will be idea selection tools or make choice tools, where we will prioritize our thought and select our ideas. Okay, so it's example of them. Example of the tools are pro and cons and consequence matrix. Okay, let's take a look at it together. Pro and con. So when you come up with idea, for example, this one you have like 9 idea. When you're gonna use pro and con, I suggest you guys to write which idea you are considering. Okay, just please tell me which one you are considering to do pro and con. Some of them, if you're not using pro and con, you can take note for me as well. Oh, teacher, I'm not using this one because, and then okay, you let me know. Okay. Regarding pro and con, of course we're familiar with it, but I want to give more example of how we could ask ourselves when we use pro and con tools. For example, what are the benefits of this idea that we have? Benefit to ourselves or benefit to society or others? Okay. What are advantage of it? Okay, this one is quite similar, benefit and advantage. But advantage could be like when we compare, like benchmark. This word is used in the business, right? When you benchmark with another brand, the same product with another brand, right? So what are their advantage and our advantage? Okay. Strength. What are our strength? Um, or our team, the strength of our team. What are the value? Okay. It's more, this one also like value to customer, value to target group as well. Before I move on regarding strength, when I talk with my friend during the conference, yeah, she mentioned about analyze like SWOT, right? Strength, weakness, opportunity, and another one is task. Or yeah, but like we could learn about ourselves by doing this analysis as well. Okay. Con, regarding con, right? Risk and danger. So this one, let me elaborate a little bit. I have learned this word risk when I was at UC Merced, and I read it from somewhere that risk is something that prevent us to reach our goal. For example, I am at the location A and I want to go to the location B. Risk is something to prevent me to go from A to B. Okay. Similar to business, when we have business goals and something that prevent you to achieve that goal, that are risk. Okay. Danger. So this one about safety, which is very important. I would like to give you example of 2 things. Okay. The first one is when I was a graduate student and I'm doing research in the lab, I need to use a globe box. Some of you might not familiar. Some of you have heard about it. It's the box that have globes. Inside is a inert environment or like nitrogen gas, for example. And then we need it for chemical reaction that should not have oxygen environment or have very little oxygen inside. Okay. At that time, I need to synthesize solution of molybdenum disulfide. And the process involved using lithium solution. And lithium is the reactive chemical element, and it can ignite with oxygen. So one day, after I filter the material, I usually need to react this material with some liquid I forgot. But that day I decide to bring it out of the globe box. It could be because I thought the chemical is expired or like something. So I need to bring it out. But I forgot when we learn about the phi triangle, สามเหลี่ยมไฟนะเคยเรียนไหม? Phi triangle, if we have fuel, like oil, or like something that be able to ignite, right? And fire, like make it fire, no? Or like ไฟแช็กไม่รู้ภาษาอังกฤษเรียกว่าอะไร like if you have ignition, right? And ฟืน like wood or paper. Okay. When this complete, the fire is lit. At that day, when I remove filter paper with lithium, dry lithium compound, and once I remove it and it have oxygen, the fire is lit. So at that time, I thought about the fire triangle. I need to remove oxygen. So I use cover glass to cover it. And then I bring it to the fume hood. So I have learned that it's unsafe condition. I have learned that I need to think about it. If I'm gonna remove it, I need to have cover, not just cover later. Okay, so is the condition that unsafe, and I have learned through the experience. Okay, and another one, I told you I have two. My home has like a gate door, right? And usually my family park the car like pack. Okay, and one day I need to pour water down the drain, but then I walk in a narrow path and the door lock is like not properly, is dangling, is like coming out. So I hit my leg with the door lock. It's unsafe condition. I could just like open the door, make it bigger space, right? So something like that is like unsafe condition and danger. Okay, I hurt myself. Okay. Next is a disadvantage. Okay, disadvantage. What if we create this product or we have this service? Is there any disadvantage compared to could be other brand like benchmark similarly? Oh, I forgot to tell you this one. Regarding unsafe condition is another one regarding food, because last week I didn't tell you about this experience. Water bottle, right? Last week we have example of like Haiti water bottle that can store temperature for long period of time, right? There was a day that I make smoothies for my grandmother, and then my dad bring it for her, but he was not able to meet her because he was in a medical process. So my dad bring that smoothie back home, but before he be able to bring it back, it's like 4 hours. But in the water bottle is not, that is not store temperature, you know. And then he put it in the refrigerator. Later on, I drank it. Oh, 1 a.m. My headache come up. So it was stored not the right temperature for long period of time, and it can ferment. So I have learned that's the con, right? The danger. I hurt myself again. So yeah, I share with you guys because when we analyze con, right? Yeah, we could think about this thing. Weakness. Is there any weakness about our idea? Okay. Problem. If we develop this product, will there be any problem? For example, Facebook, right? There are problem with scammer, right? People was lie, and many people was receive like negative impact from it, for example. So we need to screen information that we have seen as well. Okay. Okay, that's an example that I want to give to you guys. Consequence matrix is like 9-box table. Whenever you see table or graph, always remember to have axis. This one is like y-axis, and the axis is positive impact. Okay, on top here is the high positive impact. Please keep this what do you call criteria? Okay, because I need to grade like many students. Just please do the same. Okay, high positive impact is on the top, and then low positive impact is at the bottom. So it has little positive impact, I would say. Okay, x-axis implementation. On the left is easy, on the right is difficult. Okay, and when we use it, right, when we come up with different idea, and let me like this. Okay, so if I use what if to create ideas, I could use consequence metric to analyze my idea a little bit more. For example, number 5, what if I use washing machine without electricity? And could be used like bicycle to move the washing machine, okay, to wash the clothes. So I decided it's like number 3 in the consequence metric here, because to implement it's difficult. Positive impact could be high. I could save my electricity. Or I want to give additional example here. This one could be considered like washing machine that have both manual and electricity. For example, it can do both by using electricity or manually biking it. Yeah, the hybrid one. I think its implementation very difficult because you will need to design washing machine that could plug in and use as normal, and you need to decide how you gonna rotate it with the bike. So that one is implementation could be very difficult. Yeah, and this one remind me of one of the product. I might mention to some of you already. It's like solar concentrator, where we could collect solar light into like tube. Not really collect, but to focus solar lay sunlight. Okay, focus sunlight into the glass tube, and then you have like a tray in the middle. You can warm your food in the tray, right? So that's one harvest solar energy. And the product of that company, they develop the one that can plug in as well. Like one day without solar, you could plug in and warm your food. And I'm like, yeah, that's one is hybrid. This example remind me of that one. Okay, so this is how we use it. So after you create idea, then you use tools to help you make decision. Which idea gonna be your finalized ideas? Okay. You could select more than one after you analyze them. It's okay. But usually I'm not select all either because some of it have low positive impact. And yeah, so I might not select some of it. When you think about positive impact, you could think in the perspective of using the product for yourself and for the society. Okay, that's how I usually analyze. So here I have like different definition, but mostly when I use these tools, I prefer like the idea that are like quick win, it have high positive impact and easy implementation, or in the middle it's okay too, or like breakthrough is like difficult but it have high positive impact. Even the project one is like you will need to allow some time to study about that product or the service. That's sometimes I select from this box as well. Okay. But if it is falling into this box, low priority, where it is difficult to implement and it have low positive impact, I tend not to select them. Okay, I hope that help you to understand how we use consequence metric or the 9-box table here. Okay. From here, this is example of how I conclude my design. So I select number 8, number 5, and number 9. Okay. And after that, I summarize the idea. The first one, my washing machine, we can just put clothes inside and then you press one button. So meaning that it might have hybrid as well, because if you press button, it need to be able to spin or something, right? So I think it's like hybrid. The machine doesn't always need electricity. We could buy it instead. Okay. The machine we could add, what do you call them? Yeah, papan, softener, detergent, which help us to make the cloth soft and also less wrinkle. เป็นรอยยับน้อยหน่อย less wrinkle. Okay. So this is an example of how I conclude my conceptual design. Okay. So I hope you guys learn the process of using the tools, selecting the ideas, conclude your design here. Okay. Regarding the picture, you could draw it, you could do the collage ปะติดได้เนาะ or you could use AI to gen. I have heard one of the students told me that sometimes it takes long time to gen as well. So please allow yourself some time to let the AI gen picture for you. The template that I will share with you in the Line group is like blank page, but you could select the thinking tools to use. You could select Scamper, you could select what if, you could select mind map, it's okay. And this it should have another page. You should have both thinking tools, like come up with idea tools like what if, Scamper. You will also need to show how you select idea, either use consequence metric or pro and con. Okay. And the summarized page here. This one I mentioned already. The topic, please select the same topic as your assignment last week. For example, if last week you do the share, this week you will design share. Okay. And in our class, we call it product fourth because last week we provide you guys 3 products of share, right? But this week you will design the 4th share or like product fourth. Okay. Just make sure we understand the wording. Okay, ตรงนี้สำคัญนะคะ so in Thai a little bit ก็คือโจทย์จากอาทิตย์ที่แล้วเนาะ so you will select the same product as last week. Okay. you will see the template that have the word like create choice, okay, and then the make choice. So you will need to use both tools, and then you summarize it. These are more example of create choice tools. POOS. This one is like if we know the problem of it. For example, if I have problem with comb that I use, I could write a problem here, and then the outcome that I want. Oh, I want this comb to be able to do this for me. The obstacle of the current comb or the comb that we use right now. But problem and obstacle is quite similar. But the obstacle could be like the obstacle to receive to get the outcome as well. Obstacle to reach the outcome and the potential solution. Or you could use 5W1H to design the product as well. One slide, you can just have one tool. You could add page. Okay, if you don't have enough page, you could add page. Make choice. So to make choice, you can use pro and con, or you can use consequence matrix. Okay. This one is another tool. Let me explain this one. You could use this one, but it's a little bit more complex here. Let me give example here. Must criteria. So when you have idea A, B, C, D, E, you wrote it down, right? You maybe come up from scamper or like what if with different ideas, right? And then you need to create criteria. For example, but this one not really. Is it safe to use this idea, product idea? Is it meet the law? So some product needs to meet the law as well. Is the budget within amount of the budget that you want? Okay. Will you be able to make this product? Okay. So if it meet the criteria, that idea could continue to the one criteria. In the one criteria or desirable criteria, you need to create like criteria number 1, number 2, number 3, and then you analyze each idea that has must criteria, right? For example, customer satisfaction, the first idea is like 10. Whether it can meet the target group or the new target group, you give the score. Is it include creativity? You give the score. Can it be used in new business model or like used in different business? Give the score. Can it be the representative of the brand? Right. That. Is it meet sustainability goals of the company or something? So with that, you could give the score to each criteria, and then you could summarize the score. And based on that, it could help you to rank which one you're gonna select first, something like that. Okay. So I provide you information, but you could select whether you want to use this one or you just want to use consequence matrix or like pro and con. It's okay. Okay. You don't have to use this one. The due date. Oh, wait. Not this one, not this one. This is not the right due date. Let me go back to another slide. Due date is tonight before 11 p.m. Let me show you here. Okay,ค่ะ. This is the same example that I explained to you already. The due date. Yeah, today is 24, right? Before I explain the rubric, I would like to save the slide for you guys first. But the slide that I'm gonna save will have the final assignment information as well. Give me couple couple minutes. You can take a break now. Let me save it and send it to your Line group first, and then I will come back to explain the rubric for you guys. Okay. Okay, you can take a break. Okay, regarding the activity assignment, thinking tools. Okay, this one is not right. The criteria. First one that I will analyze or I assess your assignment, the generating idea. If you generate many ideas that are different, revealing that students try to think from different perspectives. However, the product concept is not unique. You will receive level 3 or B. Many ideas that are different. So this one is like, if you use like scamper, what if, so you think in different perspective, right? But when you use random word, as I mentioned, you might need to have different topics of idea creating, okay? Or you could use random word with another tools as well. It's like some limitation of this technique or the tools. If you think from different perspective until ideas become the unique concepts, then you will receive this criteria, level 4 or A. If you are think in different perspective until idea become the unique concepts and stand out from others, you will receive level 5 for this criteria. Another criteria is digging deeper into ideas. So I will assess whether you can organize and assess to select ideas which lead to the creation of unique concepts or not. Okay, like you will receive level 3 if you be able to create unique concepts. After using make choice tool or like using like, for example, consequence metric or pro and con to analyze your idea, and then you select the finalized one, okay? Or the combination of ideas that you come up. For example, the washing machine, right? I select 3 ideas to final my design, conceptual design. Can organize and assess to select idea which lead to the creation of many unique concepts, and then select again until the unique concept is emerged. So like when you come up with idea and then you use the tools to analyze them, and then you select the finalized one, okay? This one until the most unique concept is emerged. Okay, so these are 2 criteria for activity assigned thinking tools. For the final assignment, these are part of the criteria as well. Okay, these 2 criteria. So that's all about the activity assignment tools. Any question regarding activity assignment? I would like to allow you guys maybe like couple minutes, some like maybe 5 minutes, in case you have any question about it before I explain the final assignment. Or I want to ask you guys, do you guys want some time to working on it first? Like let's say like 5 to 10 minutes or longer before I explain final assignment. Anyone wanna?
I do have a question.
Yes, please.
Yes, teach. About the creative idea for submission today, do I have to use all the methods from the
No,
video clip that you sent,
no,
or
just
should be one method?
1 is enough or 2 is okay. Like you could
Oh, okay.
select like what if, or you could use scamper. Yeah.
Okay.
Or like
Oh,
if you use random word, you will need to like let's see, create the
right,
topic that you want to
right.
design.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. If all, then it will be, I think it take long time.
Sure.
Yeah. Because remember when you use it, you will need to analyze them. Yeah, so there are many ideas that you might be able to generate, and then you will need time to
Oh,
analyze
okay.
them as well. So, yeah.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Thank you for asking for clarification as well, because others could understand this point as well. Yeah. Any other question related to the activity thinking tools today? It's it's important because for the final assignment, the process is similar, but the theme or the topic are different. Okay.
Oh, yes. Yeah, regarding of this today homework, and also like last week, we have to continue the like, for instance, like a chair, we have to continue the same idea and create a idea concept,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So does it have to make sense if regarding like last homework, or like do we have to continue a unique idea from last work, or like we can like literally create a new idea of it, let's say for a chair, or it can be like not a camping chair, maybe more like a very it doesn't make sense, like a levitating chair or a flying chair or something like
Uh, Flying chair.
that.
Oh, if you create flying chair, um, here I
On
share.
the previous homework, it doesn't.
Flying chair is okay, but I prefer you to explain how it's gonna work as well. Like maybe the jet engine or something, and safety condition, something like that. So if
Uh,
you propose
you know,
flying chair, it's
uh,
okay, but just you
okay.
provide description of how it works
It has to
as well.
how it works. It had to make sense how it works.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. Mhm.
Uh, okay, all right. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Any other question? Mm. So let me give example. Yesterday, oh no, on Monday, I taught another class, right? So one of the student asked me, he developed concept or ideas for camera, and he mentioned about camera that be able to record ghost. And I'm like, you can write it down, but when you do the 9 box or consequence matrix, the positive impact might not, in my opinion, the positive impact is not high to me, it's low to me, because I I'm not interested in recording ghosts. So I'm
Uh,
like, yeah, so you could write it down, but later on you might not select it.
so it has to be really fresh idea where people didn't really know something like that.
Um, um, it can be weird idea, but
Yeah.
it not necessarily to be the one that you finalize and you want to select it. You could analyze
Uh,
that idea, but you may not use it in your final presentation. I mean,
uh,
you may not select it later on. Yeah.
okay.
Mhm. So I told him that maybe it's like a sensor, like what do you call thermal sensor? And then, oh, that camera could record the body temperature or something like that. So I proposed another alternative thing.
Okay.
Mm, mm, mhm. Okay. Is there no slide in English? There is slide in English. The one that I sent have English, right? But the one that doesn't have English, I translate and explain in the class. If you need video that I explain in the class, you can let me know. I can send the video link to you later on regarding example of the technique. Okay. Let me double check the one that I sent to you guys as well. Did I send all in Thai? Let me check. Should we? I think slide is in Thai, except the thinking tool, some of it is in Thai, but other than that, it should be in English. Yeah. Some the thinking tool is in Thai, right? Let me, after I upload the video today, I will send to you guys as well, so that you could select the time that I explain about the example in English, in case it can be helpful. Okay. 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 Let me see. In that case, I will explain the final assignment, no? If you have question about activity assignment, you can always ask me here or like in the live group. Okay. Let me stop record. I will record a new